And welcome to this telecast on Lynx TV, your Brandon Valley Lynx football. My name's Ken McEwen. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play this evening along with our color guy, our amazing color guy, Bob Arnold. Welcome, everybody, to the telecast. If you're on Alliance Channel 226, welcome, and welcome on Lynx TV on YouTube. Tonight we have a matchup between two teams that are looking to actually climb in the win column. Both teams 0-2 to start the season in AAA. Last week, your Lynx lost in a tight battle on the Pigskin Classic last Saturday. They lost to Harrisburg 33-28. The week before, they lost to O'Gorman in a tight battle only by 3 points. So the total losses, the combined total losses in points, the differential has only been 8 points. So your Lynx are right in there. 0-2 does not give a picture of what this team can be, and now it's time to go on a roll and go undefeated the rest of the season. The Rapid City Central, they are going to come in here looking for a win, too. Last week, they lost to Sioux Falls Lincoln 59-0, and the week before, they lost 20-7, so they've scored 7 points so far this season. Well, I want to bring in Bob Arnold, our color guy. Give us some keys to this game, Bob.
Well, the first two games, I've noticed that the big key is going to be for the Lynx to establish some offensive flow, get some passing game going, which seems to open up the run game, so to speak. I think they need to, another key would be to get some defensive pressure on their quarterback, not letting him get comfortable back there so he can sit in the pocket and pass. But more importantly, I think, and this is probably the biggest key, make Rapid City Central convert long, sustained drives and avoid that quick scoring offense that they like to get down the field. So I think if you accomplish those three things, Ken, I think we're going to see some positive results tonight.
Yeah, and Jack Thuey, your quarterback number 3, the senior, he's actually homecoming king too. We just found out. I did not know that, but so congratulations to him. Right now, 558 yards passing so far in 2 games, 60% completion percentage, 5 touchdowns to 1 interception, so you know that the turnover ratio is really good there.
Now, I want to point out something on that. That interception was on the last play of the game last week. So it took that interception by our opponents last week to keep us out of the win column. So he's done an excellent job of taking good care of the ball. He's not fumbling. He's not throwing it carelessly down the field. So that's very good for your quarterback.
Yeah, Levi Vesker, he is your starting running back the last 2 games, and he's starting this evening too. He had 33 carries for 141 yards, basically 71 yards per game average, 1 touchdown. He's a sophomore. Landon Delaney is your leading receiver on the season, 14 catches, 230 yards, 115 yards per game. The big thing is 16 yards per catch, 3 touchdowns. And then your other leading wide receiver right behind him is Devon Bonwell Whitty, 9 catches, 228 yards, 114 yards per game, 25 yards per catch, and we've seen that down the seam a lot, that they like to do the play action out of the I formation. That was last week, and Bonwell Whitty was wide open. He's got 1 touchdown also. Defensively, we're going to flip the gear a little bit. Defensively, Gunnar Swift is your leading tackler. He's got 18 tackles on the year. Caden Dowd is second with 14 tackles. He also has 2 sacks and 4 tackles for a loss. Drake Jellema comes in third there, 13 tackles, just right behind Dowd. So establishing, you talked about offensive flow, Bob. I agree with you. The offensive flow, kind of establishing them. I know the Lynx want to establish to run the ground game. They have a big offensive line. We'll touch on that in a minute. But also we want to touch on our Lynx TV sponsors, and we want to give them a huge shout out because they are the reason that we're bringing this to you live this evening.
Right. Our Lynx All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling and Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our Lynx MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Our Lynx champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sunshine Foods, and Today's Family Dentistry. Like I said, Ken, without these sponsors, we're not doing what we're doing tonight.
100%, and we want you all to, if you get a chance, support those sponsors out in the community. You go shop at where whatever business it is, because they're the reasons that we're able to do this evening, and make sure that you support them. Starters for your Lynx offensively are going to go like this. And we talked about the offensive line, and it is a big offensive line. Lucas Feldkamp, number 75. Number 74 is going to be Navarro Shunky. Number 64, your center, Hudson Parliament. And number 72 is going to be your guard, Easton Poppy. And number 79 is Jack Tews. He's your center. At quarterback, like we talked about, is going to be number 3, Jack Thuey. Right behind him is going to be number 31, Levi Veskernaw. And at wide receiver, number 5, Landon Delaney. Number 11 is another wide receiver. That's going to be Devon Bonwell-Whitty. Your tight end this evening is going to be Noah Bayless. He's number 38. Number 44, the kind of jack of all trades, the fullback tight end, really the leading catalyst in the backfield and blocking, is going to be number 44, Micah Nelson. We're about to bring you our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation of the Brandon VFW Post 4726, Brandon American Legion Post 318, and Valley Springs American Legion Post 131. The privilege of this game is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. God bless our veterans and active military and all they do for our nation and local communities. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem? Proper etiquette is to remove all headwear, face the flag, and put your hand over your heart. Active duty military personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. Playing our national anthem will be the Brandon Valley Trumpet Line under the direction of Jackie Stemwettle. Sing loud and proud, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
And thank you. So right back to our Brandon Valley starters on defense. We're going to go like this. It's going to be Thomas Risty, the defensive end, number 57. The other defensive end is going to be number 45, Sam Knowles. Your defensive tackle, nose guard, is going to be Hudson Parliament, and that's number 64. We're going to go with 4 linebackers. The 2 middle linebackers are going to be number 4, Caden Dowd, and number 10, your leading tackler for the Lynx, is going to be Gunnar Swift. Your 2 outside linebackers are going to go like this. Number 2 is going to be Grayson Bortnam, and number 28 is going to be Chase Leary. At corner is going to be Rylan Carroll. He's number 23, and number 0 is going to be Caleb Breest. At safety is going to be number 17, Nolan Pudwell, and number 29, Drake Jellema. That will be your starters offensively and defensively for the Lynx. And one thing we want to touch on this evening is how important this game is, Bob, as we move forward in the season. We talked about just briefly in the beginning there is as your captains are going to go to the field. That's going to be number 2, Grayson Bortnam. Number 3 is going to be Jack Thuey on the field. Number 44, Micah Nelson. Number 45 is going to be Sam Knowles. Number 57, Thomas Risty. And number 74, Navarro Shunke on the field right now for the coin toss. We talked about how important this is going to be for both teams, but especially your Lynx, as they're trying to catapult themselves. They've lost by total of 8 points in 2 games to 2 teams. If we look at the rankings right now, 2 teams, one, O'Gorman's sitting at number 3 and Harrisburg's number 4, and Brandon Valley is receiving votes. They're not in the top 5 because Washington is 1-1. They're at number 5. Brandon Valley's receiving votes right beneath the number 5, right outside the top 5. Your top 2 is Lincoln to Sioux Falls and Jefferson to Sioux Falls, respectively, both 2-0, along with O'Gorman's, the number 3 seed, at 2-0. And both, so they've lost those 2 games, Bob, by 8 points. Well, that's 1 or 2 plays that flip a football game.
And both games were decided by the last series of plays of the entire game. That's how close both of those games were. And again, top 5 teams first 2 weeks out of the gate. There is no easy games in AAA this year, and they proved it the first couple games out of the gate. But more importantly, they didn't get blown out in any of those games. They were right there and had a chance to win on both of those.
100%, I agree with you, and that's why the Lynx are right there. Cheer on this team because it's now time to go undefeated on the season. 0-2, that's behind us. Now we look at the future, and the future is right now as we go into maybe like the second quarter of the season, if we want to call it 4 quarters of the regular season, and then we boil into the playoffs. So Rapid City Central, they have won the toss. Haas is going to kick for the Lynx. It looks like we probably have an offsides penalty right away on your Lynx, and your kicker this evening for your Lynx is, like I said, he's a senior. That's number 48. That's Ryder Haas. Back deep for, and if I can read these numbers, I apologize, folks. They're a little hard to read on the white. They're silver, gray. Back deep for Rapid City Central. And we'll try to get these numbers in just a moment. But Haas is going to be on to kick. Number 48, the senior for your Lynx.
Yeah, back deep for Rapid City. We've got number 10, Braden Jackson, and number 5, Zach Soderland, to do the kickoff returns.
Thank you, Bob. And it's going to go. No, it's not going to bounce in the end zone, and that's going to be Sutherland. He's going to pick it up. He's going to come out to about the 10, and they're going to mark it all the way up to the 16-yard line, I believe. That's where the Rapid City Central Cobblers, is it?
Cobblers it is.
Cobblers. I knew it. I knew I'd get it right. It's a Rapid City school.
Yes.
Out there to the west. That's what the west of the river. So the Cobblers are going to start on offense. They're going to be led by quarterback number 8, that's going to be Wetch. Wetch is in the backfield. He's also going to be with his running back, and that's going to be Soderlund. That's number 5. He's going to have 3 receivers to his left. He also has a fullback kind of in the pistol right now with him right to his right. He claps. He's going to give it to Soderlund, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty on the play right away. 2 penalties already in the first 12 seconds of this ball game, and I believe we're going to have a false start. The refs are looking over to the Brandon Valley coaching staff. They're going to decline it. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Hey, on that kickoff, Grayson Borgnum was on the tackle there, made a nice, good, solid tackle to prevent them from any further gains on the kickoff. So let's see what the defense can do and see if they can get some pressure on the quarterback, because they do like to pass to those trip sets.
So Wedge is going to be your quarterback. That's number 8. He's going to have Sonderland also in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to his right. That's going to be number 2 and number 4. That's going to be Javelin and Matteo. Spread formation for Wedge. Wedge drops back. Low snap. He's going to be flushed out to the right. He does complete the pass, though. It goes to Waldrop, number 15, and it's going to be a gain, I believe, of maybe 1 yard. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 from about the 18.
That was a nice stop by Gunnar Swift. Again, he wrapped him up well. We've seen in the first couple of games where the receivers were getting a lot of extra yards after the catch, but they made a nice tackle there for a very short gain.
They're going to say I believe maybe it's a 2-yard gain, so they're going to mark it at about the 19. It's going to be 3rd and 8 there. The Cobblers taking their time in the huddle. They rush out of the huddle because you got to look at the back. Judge is right to your right. When he starts raising his hand, they have 5 seconds to snap, and he's going to about get there. Wetch in the backfield in the pistol. That's your quarterback, number 8. He play action. Goes to his receiver again. That's going to be Waldrop. Waldrop breaks a tackle. He's going to bring it all the way up to about the 23-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the Cobblers. On the tackle, it looked like it would have been, I believe, Risty.
And Drake Jellema.
All right, Drake Jellema on the tackle for your Lynx. Punting situation right now for the Lynx, and back deep for your Lynx at about the 40, I would say 46-yard line is going to be number 17, Pudwell. There's a snap, and it's a short kick. It's going to be taken by Pudwell up at about the 40. He bobbles it, but I think he recovered his own fumble. It didn't even hit the turf. It hit his stomach. But that's where your Lynx, with great field position on their first series of downs on this homecoming night here in Brandon, South Dakota. Lynx offense on the field.
Yeah, they did one of our goals here, Ken, in that first series. They were getting some pressure on the quarterback, made him get out of the pocket and kind of do a dump down to his receiver as an outlet. So did a great job on the defense first series.
I formation for Thruey under center. Play action. Going to Bonwell Whitty right away up top. Great coverage by number 2, and that's going to be for the Cobblers. That's going to be Jet Janverin. And great coverage as the Lynx wanted to go up top right away to open this thing up, and it's incomplete with great coverage by number 2 for the Cobblers.
You know, I kind of like it. If you're watching game film, you know that they want to do the run first offense, and it was great to do play action and take that shot down the field.
I formation 2 tight ends to Thuey's right. He also has Nelson and his running back Veskerna, and he's going to gain about 5, maybe 6 yards. I would say 5 yards on that 2nd down and 10. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 from the 35-ish. We'll call it 30. We'll call it. Yeah, they're going to mark it right at the 35. That's where the Lynx are going to bring you a 3rd down.
That was Colton Carlson on the tackle. It was a nice gain after just missing on the deal. So you've got a couple options here. This might be 2-down territory right here.
Pistol formation for Thuey. He's got Nelson up to his right. He gives it to Veskerna. He breaks a tackle. 1st down and more. He's going to bring it up to about the 25-yard line. That's going to move the chains for your Lynx. 1st down.
Yeah, that was a great run. They did a nice set of blocking. They did some cross blocking there. He got to the second tier and gained a first down.
2 tight end set is going to be number 38 Bayless for the Lynx, and number 44 Nelson goes into the tight end formation also. He's got Bonwell Whitty right to his right along with Veskernaw, and puts Bonwell Whitty in motion, gives it to on the jet sweep. He cuts to the outside. He's going to gain more yards than the first down. No, it's going to be he's going to move the chains. He's going to pick up about 15 yards, brings it all the way down to 11, 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Braden Jackson on the tackle, safety. So if he's getting down to the safety level, that was a good, solid run.
Jet sweep from Bonwell Whitty from the wide receiver position as Thuy motions him out of the pistol right to left and gives it to him. Veskernaw now deep in the backfield, single back set as Thuy under center gives it to Veskernaw. He breaks it open over the middle. Gain of about 3 yards, going to bring up a second down and 7 from about the 8-yard line.
Colton Carlson, another one of their linebackers, was on the tackle. You know, when your top 3 guys are linebackers in the tackle category, you know they're getting past the front line that they're going, and they are running a 4-3 defense, the Cobblers are.
I formation for Thuy, breaks the huddle. He's got Nelson as fullback and Veskernaw at the deep as a running back. They're going to bring in number 39. You see him coming from the sideline there. They want an extra tight end set. Alpers, the wide receiver, to his left. Veskernaw with the carry. His 3rd carry of the game. Busted open. Touchdown, Lynx.
What a power run, Ken. He was not going to be denied on that run.
And the Lynx bust this one open. The opening series drive down the field from about the 40-yard line. Started with the great field position from the punt return team as Pudwell brings it up to about the 40. They drive 3 first downs. Touchdown, Veskernaw with the carry to the left. Haas on to kick. The left-footed kicker for the Lynx trying to put it at 7-0. Kick. No, it's a direct snap, and they go for 2 as it's going to go right to Nelson, your fullback. It is now 8-0, and Coach Christensen and the staff draw up a little bit of hey, we're going to put you at 8 points instead of 7 there with a little misdirection. Direct snap to Nelson. Good.
You know, that's just a lot of confidence in a head coach that you're going to get those 3 yards, and the players are buying in. I think you want the players to have a good time and enjoy the season. It maybe not the start we wanted, but tonight's a new night for the start for the rest of the year.
Nelson in for the 2-point conversion. Both running backs, your backfield scores on that series as Veskernaw, number 31, breaks a tackle, goes into the end zone for 6 points. And then the direct snap on the extra point to your fullback, number 44, Nelson, makes it 8-0 Lynx.
Yeah, it looks like we've got number 10 back there, Braden Jackson and Zach Soderlin to return the kick.
And Haas on to kick, the left-footed kicker for the Lynx, your senior. He's had quite a few touchbacks, and he does it again, kicks it to the back of the end zone. The Cobblers, they're going to start their second series on offense from the 20-yard line.
So we got to see how the defense comes out and what kind of adjustments that Rapid City Central makes after that first series of downs. They're getting some pressure on the quarterback, which is one of our keys when we started the game. We'll see what they can do. Now, I think their big play weapon guy is hold on one second here. Is Caden Matthew. He's number 4. He's their guy that's got the most yards and the most receptions, and they'll need to keep an eye on him because he's a deep threat.
Wedge. Pistol formation. He's got Soderlin right behind him, number 5, with the fullback, and they're going to give it to Soderlin. He doesn't find anything. Risty's right there, and along with number 64, Parliament on the tackle, no gain.
Yeah, great wrap-up. One guy stood him up, and the other guy was there trying to strip the ball.
Second down and 10 from the 20-yard line as the Lynx defense is really come to play in this one. 0-2 doesn't feel good, and they want to put that win column at a 1 right now and go undefeated on this season from here on out. Wetch, your quarterback, number 8, he's in the pistol formation along with Soderlund, number 5. The running back directly behind him. 3 receivers to his left and 1 to his right. Quick pass out to the receiver. It is dropped by number 4, Matthew, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Cobblers.
So I'm going to help you out, Ken. It's Matthew.
Well, there's a Matthew.
Yeah.
He used to play, I think, for the Chiefs. He's a safety.
Yeah.
And that's how it was spelled. So that's all I'm saying, Bob.
It is. I'm just trying to help you out, Ken.
Matthew. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we're going to change that to Matthew.
But
Thank you.
as far as that reception going, the receiver was looking upfield and looking where the defense was without looking the ball into his hands.
3 receivers to Wetch's right. Single back. Looks deep, over the middle, intercepted. No, it's going to be caught, and I think it's pass interference on Pedwell also.
We got another flag, Ken, coming in from the other side. Don't know if it's the same penalty, but there's from 2 different officials out there.
So number 7 for the Cobblers with the catch, and I'm going to get a name here in just a moment. Number 7.
Colton Carlson. Excuse me. On offense?
Yep. I think it is.
Colton Carlson is number 7.
Colton Carlson with the catch. Pass interference, though, on Pudwell, number 17, the safety for the Lynx. It's going to be a 1st down with the penalty from about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Carlson is their 6'3" tight end. He's a senior.
6'3" tight end is going to be Carlson, and I don't have that on my – I have number 15, Waldrop, their other tight end, but they're going to go with Carlson, and that was a great target, great catch by him in the middle of the field. Wetch, drop back, looks to his running back, and it is incomplete. Great coverage by number 4, the linebacker, Dowd. He was right there, and it's incomplete. Brings up a 2nd down and 10 from the 43.
He was getting some pressure, and it may be that he might have got a little tip on that ball, Ken.
And Caden Dowd, like I said, on the coverage there. Caden he's right now 3rd on the team in tackles, I believe, coming into this ball game. He's a middle linebacker, along with Swift, number 10, the other middle linebacker for the Lynx. Lynx into 3-4 defense, 2 receivers to Wetch's right and left. Drops back, heavy pressure, wants a screen. Swift is right there, the linebacker, the senior linebacker, number 10, and he is right there for the Lynx. And I said he's a senior. He's a junior, the leading tackler for the Lynx, and it looks like it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. That was 2nd and 10, so this is 3rd and 10 from the 43-yard line. The Cobblers yet to cross the 50-yard line on offense so far. Lynx defense has been right there all the time, swarming to the ball. Wetch, pistol formation, and that's going to be a timeout as Wetch looks to the back judge. I think he saw the play clock. It was boiling down, calls a quick timeout. First timeout of the ball game comes from the Cobblers. Bob, you want to go over to Lynx TV sponsors quick?
Absolutely. We've got Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling, Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. The Lynx MVP sponsors, First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health of Brandon, Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and the Lynx champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Please, folks, get out there, support these sponsors, and because they're what makes this broadcast possible.
On Channel 226 on Alliance Communications and also Lynx TV, YouTube. That's where we're bringing this to you, this live broadcast. Thank you, sponsors, for sponsoring what we do with Lynx TV all year as when the school is in session, we're bringing you Lynx TV. Pistol formation for Wetch. He's got Soderlin in the backfield with him as his deep back. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. It looks like his outside linebacker is going to come off the edge, and it's going to be a sack by number 42 for the Lynx. And we're going to get that name here in just a moment.
Makai Zocker.
Makai Zocker from the from the nose tackle position comes in and grabs a sack. Heavy pressure, though, by number 28, Leary, the outside linebacker, created that sack, and there it was. Squib kick, I believe it was blocked maybe by number 42.
Makai
Zocker. So 2 consecutive plays, sack, and then a blocked punt. Lynx are going to start with great field position again. They're going to be right at the 50.
You know, you got to like it. If you want playing time, all the coaches ask when you go out there, try to make something good happen. And 2 plays in a row. Makai has done a good job and kind of put Central Cobblers in a rough spot.
Thuy, shotgun formation. He's got 2 receivers to his right and with the running back, Veskerna. They give it to Veskerna. They're trying to establish the run. They have all games so far. He's going to gain 2 yards, brings up a second down and 8 from the 48.
Yeah, the tackle was made by number 16, Gabe Kenton. It looks like about a gain of 3. Looks like they'll bring up second down and 7.
Yeah, they're going to mark it a 1 yard, another yard there. I said second and 8, and they're going to say second and 7 from the 47. Vesker now with the second carry of this series. He's going to be gobbled up by the Cobblers. I think it's going to be a 1 yard gain. They may say 2 yards. It's going to bring up a third down and manageable, though. It looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 5 from the 45.
Looks like he was brought down by the defensive tackle number 62, Tucker Jones of the Cobblers.
Thuy breaks the huddle. That's going to be your senior. He's homecoming king on homecoming night here in Brandon, South Dakota. 2 receivers to Thuy's right. That's going to be Bonwell Whitty and Alpers to his left. Bonwell Whitty with the catch. No, just out of his hands. Beautiful throw as Thuy rolls out. Going to be incomplete. Interesting to see what Coach Christensen does. He's going to keep his offense on the field as Bonwell Whitty's going to come to the sideline on the field right now. The wide receivers for the Lynx is going to be number 15. It's going to be Singletary, along with number 16 for your Lynx, and Alpers to the left. Nelson, Veskerna in the backfield. Thuy drops back. He's going to go to his receiver. That's going to be number 16, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Lynx.
Wyatt Melcher.
Wyatt Melcher comes into the game and contributes right away from that outside receiver, the X-receiver out of the twin set. Beautiful throw by Thuy. 14-0 Lynx.
You know, he got his position down there. He put his body between the ball and the defender, and he made the catch and then made that move up the field to get the touchdown.
Melcher with the catch. Thuy, Hassan for the extra point, and it's good. 15-0. Lynx open up a 2-score game early in the first quarter. 3:57 to go. Lynx 15, Cobblers 0.
You know, we saw a little bit of Melcher late in the game when we had some cramping issues last week with Delaney and Bonwell Whitty, and Melcher was in the game. He didn't necessarily get any passes his direction, but he got all the ever-important game experience to kind of get up to speed. And you know what? Another big receiver and another big weapon that they can throw out there that makes them that much more dangerous.
So far, we haven't seen Delaney on the field, number 5 for the Lynx. We know he was a little banged up in the last game. It'll be interesting to see if he does get into the game. So far, your wide receivers, and we have fireworks just outside the fence here to your right, as we'll see them tonight as the fans, I believe probably from the houses back there, shoot off the fireworks. There's a group back there that typically does that every game. Homecoming 2023, Lynx up 15-0 over the Cobblers. Haas, the senior left-footed kicker, on to kick for the Lynx. We talked about his touchbacks, and it seems that that's all we can say as he puts it into the end zone again on that kickoff. Cobbler's going to start with their third possession on offense in this first quarter from the 20-yard line.
You know, that is a good weapon to have when you can pin the other team back and don't allow big returns for extra yards and so forth, and gives the defense a chance to do their job and come out and get another stop. Right now the defense is playing well. Offense is running on all cylinders, so we'll see how it goes for the rest of the game here.
Lynx in their 3-4 defense and the spread formation for the Cobblers. Wedge, backfield. And he also has Soderlin, and he's going to break a tackle. That's going to be almost the biggest gain. It's going to be the biggest gain of the evening on the ground for the Cobblers, and Soderlin's going to pick up about 9 yards, brings up a 2nd and 1 from the 29, 3:35 to go. First quarter, Lynx 15, Cobblers 0.
Looks like we had another stop by Grayson Bortnam. He's having an active game tonight, and they're doing a good job of wrapping up. That was a good executed play there, so you're not going to stop everyone.
Wetch breaks the huddle. He's got 2 receivers to his right. Actually, his number 15, that's going to be Waldrop. He's going to go back in tight as a tight end. Pistol formation. Soderlin stopped cold by the leading tackler so far this year, number 10. That's going to be Gunnar Swift. It's going to be a loss of about 1 yard, I believe, and it's going to bring up a third down and 2. And that linebacker, Swift, the junior for the Lynx, has been all over the field in the first 2 games, and he's all over the field in this game.
Yeah, and he was Drake Jelliman was right there to help him once he got the forward momentum stopped. He was right there to wrap him up and not allow him to gain any yards.
Third down, third possession for the Cobblers. Lynx tight formation as Wedge under center. They're going to direct snap to Sutherland. He's going to pick up the first down and more, and he moves the pile, and he's going to gain about 9 yards. He's going to bring it up all the way up to the 38-yard line, and that's going to be the second first down of this first quarter for the Cobblers. 2:11 to go. Lynx 15, Cobblers 0 in this AAA matchup in South Dakota. Both teams coming into this ball game, homecoming night for your Lynx. Both 0-2. Both teams trying to get the first win in the win column. Very, very important game on this kind of hot and sweaty Friday evening. Wedge, Soderlin in the backfield. They give it to him as kind of a pitch. I think it was almost a miss snap. He's going to gain, though, as he finds the ball in the air from Wedge. He's going to gain about 3 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 7 from about the 41.
Thomas Risty put a good hit on him on that one and kept him from only gaining the 3.
We saw in the first 2 games, Risty has been all over the field. He's got a few sacks. We know he's been in the backfield a lot, as Parliament and Knowles also from that defensive line position. They create a lot of havoc out of that 3-4 defense. Wedge, 2 receivers to his left and 2 receivers to his right. Drops back, play action. Finds his receiver. He was looking for his receiver over the middle, out of his hands, kind of an errant throw. High, brings up a 3rd down and 7 from the 41, under a minute to go, 53 seconds. First quarter. We have a player down. That's going to be number 75 for the Cobblers, and that's going to be
Zach Laughlin.
Zach Laughlin on the field, and he was limping off, and he got up to about the hashes, and he just couldn't get off the field. So Lynx defense is coming over to Coach Christensen, the head coach. In the past, when Coach Garrow, and bless Coach Garrow, as I know you're watching upon us up above, Coach Christensen was the longtime defensive coordinator for Coach Chad Garrow, and Coach Christensen's done a fabulous job. And as Coach Aristi now is kind of defensive coordinator for the Lynx. He's out in the field too. They really want to get the Cobblers off the field here and put it to a 3-score game, maybe going kind of end of the first quarter, going into the second quarter here. 3rd down and 7 from the 41, as number 75 Laughlin is still on the field down, as they're taking a look maybe at his knee.
Yeah, I was looking down on the Lynx sideline, Ken, and it looks like Mr. Delaney has taken off the football pants and will be watching this game for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, we talked about how Delaney was, and that's Landon Delaney, the junior, number 5, the wide receiver for the Lynx, was kind of banged up last game, and this may be a game where you need him to recover a little bit, and because you're going to need him for the stretch run here, as he's been tremendous. He's the leading wide receiver for your Lynx.
Yeah, Laughlin looks like he hopped off. It might have been he might have tweaked an ankle there a little bit just by the way he was hopping. So hopefully for the Cobblers, they can take a look at that, maybe do a retape job and get him back in the game, because he's one of their big offensive linemen.
Players come back to the field. 3rd down and 7 from the 41. 53 seconds to go. Your Lynx 15-0 over the Cobblers so far in this first quarter, as 3 receivers are going to go to Wetch's right. He also has his running back, Soderlund. Soderlund, drop back. Screen pass to Soderlund. Set up perfect, but even a better play by number 57. That's going to be the defensive end for your Lynx, the senior Thomas Risty on the stop.
Yeah, their running back is kind of a little wobbly here. Number 5, Zach Soderlund.
It's going to be a late hit, though. It's going to be a penalty on the Lynx. It's going to be an automatic first down, 15 yards, personal foul.
Is that on the quarterback?
It was. And I didn't get the number from the Lynx, but that sometimes happens when you have a screen pass, because what happens on the screen pass, especially to the running back, your offensive lineman just say, hey, come on right by me. We're not even going to touch you. We're going to try to get downfield a little bit. And then your defensive line, maybe your linebackers become a little too aggressive, and that's a late hit on the quarterback, Wetch. First down across the 50-yard line is going to be the Cobblers for the first time this evening. Wetch is going to give to his running back, and that's going to be, we're going to get this number here, a new running back into the game for the Cobblers. I believe it's going to be number 32.
And that looks to be Wylan Benbow.
Benbow with the carry. He's going to gain about 6 yards. It's going to bring up a manageable yardage on second down. And that's going to be your end of your first quarter. Lynx open it up early in this first quarter as their opening series, as Veskerna, your running back, number 31, scampers, breaks a tackle, goes into the end zone for the first 6 points. Lynx kind of give you a little surprise. Extra points on for Haas. They direct snap to Nelson. It's 8-0. Then on about the third series for your Lynx, as Thuy, he drives in, connects with number 16 for the Lynx on I believe his first catch of the season, and Melcher, touchdown. Extra point is good from Haas. That's why our score where it is right now in the first quarter, 15-0, Lynx over the Cobblers.
You know, if you're going to make an impact on a catch, why not be at a touchdown? But now here's what here was the first adjustment that has happened. The Lynx were getting pressure on the quarterback, so the Cobblers' first pawn that they moved up is they're saying, okay, we're going to start throwing some screens, which has got to slow down the linebackers because their screens are going right where they vacated. So now it'll be, okay, what pawn does Coach Christensen make now to kind of take away the screen plays that they're running?
Hurry up offense from the Cobblers as we look at a Wildcat. Missed snap by Soderlin. He grabs it about the 39-yard line. He's going to gain 4 yards, but it's going to be actually a loss of at least 1 yard. It's going to bring up a third down and about 5 from the 37-yard line as the Wildcat formation. That means that the running back's directly behind the center and the quarterback is not out there in the formation. Direct snap, it is fumbled by Soderlin. That's the chance that you take, as Soderlin doesn't take a lot of direct snaps, and that showed there as a fumble, loss of a yard. Third down and 5 from the 37. Wetch, 3 receivers to his right. Play action. He goes to his receiver over the middle, caught. First down for the Cobblers, as that's going to be number 2, Janvrin. And it's a first down, his second catch of the ball game. First down for the Cobblers, as the Cobblers are trying to gain a little momentum here off the big penalty. The late hit that gained 15 yards on that attempted screen pass by the Cobblers, and they gained a first down on that. They gained a first down right there through the air. First down and 10 from about the 27. Cobblers looking into the end zone. Wetch, 3 receivers to his left. He's got Soderlin. Soderlin scampers. He gives it to Soderlin, and it's going to go right up the middle. Gain of about 3 yards. They'll say, yeah, it's going to be a gain of 3. Second and 7 from about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, Chase Leary on the stop there, and the 2 tackles prior to that was Boardnam and Knowles are making their presence felt on defense. So they're playing a good, strong linebacker crew and also getting some pressure from the defensive line, which is what we talked about being one of the keys to the game.
Leary from your outside linebacker position right there to make the stop. Wetch. Soderlin. They go to Soderlin a lot, and he is gobbled up by number 29 for the Lynx, and that's going to be Jelema. The safety comes up from his safety position. He could have been kind of down at the line of scrimmage. They were anticipating a run. He's there. Gain of 0, Bob. Actually, a loss of 1. 3rd and 8 from the 25-yard line. Just under 10 minutes to go in this first half. Lynx 15, Cobblers 0. Wetch. Pistol formation. Soderlin is in the backfield with him. 3 receivers to his left. He's got a tight end with him also. Heavy blitz, and it is a sack coming from the corner position. And that's a great design play by the Lynx defense as a corner. Brees, number 0, comes in, kind of sneaks up to the line of scrimmage from that outside. Sack. Loss of about, they're going to say actually 6 yards. 4th and 14 from the 31.
Yeah, that was a great execution on the defense. The quarterback kind of had his back turned to him, and so he had kind of a big run to the quarterback. So they're going to go for it.
4th and 14 from the 31-yard line. It looks like the Cobblers are going to take their second time out of the ball game. They did not like what they've seen offensively, and that's where we're at. Second timeout taken by the Cobblers. Lynx have 3 in their pocket in this first half, still remaining 8:28 to go in this AAA matchup between the Rapid City Central Cobblers coming in Brandon Valley on homecoming night. Lynx up 15-0.
Outside of the penalty for roughing the passer, Central hasn't really done a whole lot in this particular series. The defense is doing a great job. They have improved their tackling from weeks 1 and 2. They're not missing them and allowing them to gain yards after catch. So you got to like what the defensive changes are doing, how the defense is wrapping up, how they're getting pressure on the quarterback. That just puts all of the pressure on the other team and makes them have to do something. And I told you one of the keys to the game was make the Rapid City Central long, sustained drives, and they're going to ultimately give the ball to you.
Another key, Bob, you said quarterback pressure, and they've been all over the quarterback. They have 3 sacks in this ball game in the first half already, and Wetch has been running for his life on most series. Wetch, 4th down, as the Cobblers come out of the huddle. He motions his running back. That's going to be Soderlund. Looks for a screen pass, goes to number 2, his wide receiver. That's going to be Janverlin, but it's going to be denied. That first down's denied on that 4th down play. Lynx ball as turnover on downs, and the Lynx are going to start with their offense on their 4th possession of this first half. They're going to start from the 22-yard line.
If you think about it, Ken, if they punt, most likely it's going to go into the end zone. They would have started 2 yards further back. So it was worth a shot there, but the defense played solid back there in coverage.
Thuy under center. He kind of trips. It's going to be picked up by number 16 as is a fumble by Thuy. I think the center may have stepped on his foot. That's what it looked like as he was under center out of the I formation. And number 16 for the Rapid City Central Cobblers, that's going to be Gabe Kentons right there to pick up that fumble. Cobblers with great field position now on that turnover. First turnover of the game. It's going to be first and goal from the 9-yard line for the Cobblers, 8:13 to go.
Time for the defense to step up and help out the offense here a little bit and see if they can get another takeaway.
As the Cobblers trying to get another player out on offense here as their tight end comes in from the sideline. They have to look at the back judge. He's at 2. 1. Direct snap. Wildcat formation for Soderlund. He's going to drive all the way up to about the 3, maybe 4-yard line. That's where he is down.
Looks like Drake Jellema on the stop.
Jellema on the tackle. Wildcat formation again for the Cobblers. Soderlund, direct snap. He is met by a host of Lynx defenders. I believe 4, maybe 5 Lynx defenders right there to stop him in the backfield. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and goal from about the 5.
I think we'll give credit to the whole defensive line on that one, Ken, because they were all there.
As the Cobblers go into their Wildcat formation again, Lynx have to look for a sneak pass. They're thinking run here. I believe Soderlund can pass out of this. Direct snap, fumble, and it looks like on the recovery is going to be number 2 for your Lynx. That's going to be the outside linebacker, Bortnum, on the fumble recovery. Lynx get the ball right back on consecutive fumbles from each team. Lynx ball from the 11.
We like it. They got pressure. All of a sudden the defensive line stopped where they were gaining a little momentum. I'd like to see, Ken, I want to take a shot down the field.
I formation as Thuy under center again. Nelson. He also has Veskernav. Veskernav breaks it open in the middle. He goes all the way down to about the 25-yard line. First down and more Lynx.
It looks like we've got number 10, Braden Jackson, on the tackle, but not before a first down run. Great execution. Ran through a hole that a truck could drive through on that one. And it was on the right side too, Ken. Who plays right tackle for the Lynx?
as Shunky plays right tackle for the Lynx, as he's had multiple D1 offers, as we all know. Veskernaw breaks it open. He goes up the left. He's going to break the 50-yard line and more. He's going to bring it down all the way down to the the 47-yard line as the Lynx cross midfield. Second first down from Veskernaw on this drive. Lynx are moving. 6:30 to go, first half.
I think Caleb Crawford saved a touchdown there, Ken.
Veskernaw out of the I formation. He's your deep back. Last two carries have come from him. Last two first downs have come from him. Play action. They're going to go up top. No, they're going to go underneath to Nelson, your fullback, as Thuy rolls right. And the Lynx are going to pick up about 3 yards, going to bring up a 2nd and 7 from the 44.
So it looks like Caden Matthew knocked him out of bounds, but a good execution, make him think long, and slip Nelson out of the backfield for a nice, easy, very safe pass.
And the Lynx are going to break the huddle, and Cisco, your new wide receiver, number 18, is going to be to Thuy's left. Pistol formation, Veskernaw right behind him. He also has his other receiver, Bonwell Weddy. Bonwell Weddy's open, but great pressure from the Cobblers. They're going to bring down Thuy on the sack. That's going to be number 22. And looks like number 22 for
Jonah Blake.
Jonah Blake for the Cobblers. 5:50 to go, first half. Lynx up 15-0 over the Cobblers. Third down and about 12 yards now from about the 49.
So we'll see what kind of play they can dial up for 3rd and 14, but it's probably 2-down territory here, Ken.
Shotgun. Thuy claps. Goes over to Bonwell Whitty. Catch. Makes a move. Breaks to the outside, looking for the first down, and he's going to be just short as he steps on a bounce, about 2 yards short, and he's going to gain, that's going to be Bonwell Whitty, number 11. He's going to gain 10 yards there. They may say 11 yards. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 1 from the 38. Bonwell Whitty's going to come to the sideline. Looks like he's favoring your shoulder there.
But, boy, he was fighting for those extra yards. But it is a first down, Ken. They gave him the deal, according to the white hat out there.
So he did not step out of bounds. I thought he did. It looks like it looked like the side judge was going to call him out of bounds. He was not. First down, Lynx.
You know, I like it when the officials can get together and make sure that they get the call right.
Thuy. 2 receivers. That's going to be his tight end in the slot. That's going to be Bayless along with Alpers. I formation. Veskernaw right behind him along with Nelson. Play action. They want to go to Alpers. They don't find him. Looking for the tight end. Thuy's going to keep it himself. I don't think he's going to gain. He may have gained 1 yard there. Great decision by Thuy. Nobody was open. Lived to play another down.
All of a sudden, we got 2 flags on the field, one on the near side official and one on the far side official.
Almost probably it's not deep in the back and the secondary. Then I would assume it's going to be holding, possibly on the Lynx.
Yeah, I'm not sure based on when they threw it, because it was basically after the play was long over, and so it'll be interesting to see what they call here. But the Lynx looks to be backing up.
So I believe on that play action, it's hard for your tackles to really contain that play action and not hold. They're going to call a personal foul. Blindside block. Blindside block from a Lynx offensive player. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It's going to drive the Lynx all the way back to about the 48-yard line. So they're going to go negative past the 50, back to the Cobblers' side of the 50, as Thuy's going to bring up first down and 25 from the 48. I formation, Bayless, Nelson, and motion out of the tight end set. give it to the running back. That's going to be Veskerna. He's going to be met by a host of Cobblers, but he pushes that pile. It looks like it was going to be a 1-yard gain. They are going to stop his progression in momentum there. They're going to say it's going to be a 1-yard gain, possibly.
Yeah, it looks like Gideon Waltrip was on the stop there.
So a 2-yard gain. They're going to mark the ball at the 50, second down and 23 for 30 to go. First half. It looks like the Cobblers are a little confused on defense. See if the Lynx can take advantage of it. Thuey's going to be in the pistol formation. He's going to have Bayless and Nelson to his right. You can see on your screen. He also has Bonwell Whitty up to the left. And it looks like it's going to be a delay of game now on the Lynx as they do not get the play off. That's going to be negative yards on that penalty. 5-yard penalty there. It's going to be second down and 28 from the 45.
You know, we've seen that a couple of times where they are having trouble, seems to be getting the plays in for the offense in enough time for them to get set up. They've had to make some adjustments on some plays. So hopefully we can get that squared away for the rest of the game here.
As pistol formation, Nelson right to Thuey's right. He also has Bonwell Whitty, and DeWitt's in the game, number 7. They want Bonwell Whitty on the screen, and it goes off of number 64, as number 64 is going to be your offensive lineman. That's going to be Hudson Parliament, the sophomore, the guard.
Oop, we just got a flag on the play late by the back judge. Or excuse me, the white hat, the head judge.
We'll see what happens here. The Lynx have a lot of negative yards on this drive, and it's come from penalties.
So it looks like they're we'll wait and see what they say, because I'm not sure from that angle what they would call there.
Ineligible receiver touched the ball. Penalties decline, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 28 from the 45. As we said, Hudson Parliament touched the ball first, and he did. They were trying to set up the screen to Bonwell Whitty. Parliament wanted to get out there and block for him. Unfortunately, the ball hit him in the back first. Shotgun formation, pistol formation, actually from Thuey. And he's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. They go to Bonwell Whitty, and it looks like Thuey threw it early. That's what you want from the quarterback. But Bonwell Whitty didn't turn his head quick enough, and off his hands. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 28 from the 45, as Haas is going to be in to punt for your Lynx.
You know, it looks like Thuey felt the pressure from the offense, or from the defensive line, and wanted to get the ball out, and just a little bit too soon.
Haas into punt. Matthew back for the Cobblers. Looking up, it's a very, very good punt. He's gonna pin the Cobblers. That's the Lynx gonna pin the Cobblers all the way down. We'll see where they mark it. I think it's gonna be about the 28-yard line, and that's where the Cobblers are gonna start on offense. As 3:53 to go, first half, homecoming night 2023 here in Brandon, South Dakota. Lynx up 15-0.
Yeah, the defense has been stellar tonight. The offense has done just enough to get us a couple of scores. Now we just need to see if we can get a stop here to make sure that we don't have any momentum going into halftime, or lack thereof, Central Cobbler momentum. And
Cobblers coming off the sideline, breaking the huddle from the sideline. They go right into formation. Wetch. He's going to have his running back, Soderlin, number 5, directly behind him. He's got 1 receiver wide at the top of your screen. Gives it to Soderlin. It's been all Soderlin most of the first half for the Cobblers. He breaks the tackle. There's a penalty on the play, though. As you can see, the yellow flag at about the 24-yard line. As Soderlin picked up about 4 yards on that play. It's going to be holding on the offense. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. It's going to bring up a first down and 20 from the 18 for the Cobblers. Lynx defense has come up real big. They came off a turnover the last series as Dowd picked up that fumble while the Cobblers were in the red zone at about the 9-yard line. Lynx trying to do that again. They have 3 timeouts remaining in the first half. Remember that Coach Christensen can use those to put it to a 3-score game and give it back to his offense. It looks like it's going to be encroachment, though, as your outside linebacker number 2 kind of jumped. We'll see if he was. It's going to be encroachment number 2. That's going to be Bortnum, the outside linebacker. That's going to give the Cobblers 5 yards back off their 10-yard penalty. It's going to be 1st and 15 now from the 23-yard line.
Yeah, the defense is definitely pinning their ears back and going after him, trying to wreak a little havoc, but it looks like they jumped there a little bit.
Soderlund along with Wetch in the backfield. He's in a spread formation. That's going to be the set from the Cobblers. 2 receivers to Wetch's right and left. He barks out signals. 1st and 15. Drops back. He goes to Soderlund, his favorite target on the night, and Soderlund's going to pick up about 6 yards. He's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9 from the 29.
You know, again, they're still sticking with the screen passes, which kind of neutralizes the heavy rush and gets them away from that. And you're right, he's been going to their running back all night long, and it's been effective for them, Ken.
3 receivers to Wetch's left. He also has his favorite target and the ball carrier that's been the catalyst of the Cobblers' offense so far in the first half. That's going to be Soderlund in the backfield. Tries a swing pass out to number 7 for the Cobblers, and that's going to be, let me get that on offense here,
Colton Carlson.
Colton Carlson, the intended receiver, incomplete. 3rd down and about 8 yards for the Cobblers. Lynx trying to get off the field here. They have 3 timeouts, 2:21 to go in this first half. That's a lot of time when you have 3 timeouts in your pocket in this first half. 3 receivers to Wetch's right. He's going to look to his left. Puts it up. Great coverage by Breest. Incomplete. 4th down now and 8, and looks like a punting situation for the Cobblers. As number 17, that's going to be Pudwell, back deep for your Lynx. That's Nolan Pudwell. The sophomore, number 17, sits at about, on the left hand of your screen, at about the 41-yard line. Punt is off. It is a low kick. Pudwell's going to have a chance. He stiff arms the defender, goes up the sideline. He's going to gain more, across the 50 all the way down to the 40, down to about the 44-yard line. Great field position. Lynx a tick over 2 minutes, 2:03 to go. First half, Lynx offense in great field position here with 3 timeouts.
Looks like Henry Hill might have saved some additional yardage with that particular tackle. So let's see what they can do on offense, see if we can get another score here before halftime.
Thuy, pistol formation. He has Veskerna in the backfield with him. Gives it to Veskerna. His leading blocker is going to be Nelson, the fullback, and they're going to gain about, together, they're going to gain about 4 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 6 from the 30. Actually, the 32, so it's going to be a 2nd down, or excuse me, they're going to mark it at, I say the 32. That's where the ball is. The scoreboard says 31, 2nd and 5 from the 32. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to Thuy's right, 1 to his left. Looks to the right, goes to Alpers, number 1. His first catch of the ball game. It's going to be a 1st down and maybe more, maybe a gain of about 6 yards. I believe they're going to move the chains there. They are 1st down Lynx.
You know, Ken, that's a very safe, it's almost like a run. It's a very safe pass out there. You pick up your 6 yards that you need for a 1st down, and you get to keep moving the chains.
Melcher, Singletary up to the left of your, to your top of your screen to the left of Thuy. They're going to go over the middle. Nelson, great catch. Great throw by Thuy. First down as your fullback sneaks out of the backfield. First down, Lynx. It's going to be first and goal from the 8.
Yeah, Braden Jackson made a nice tackle there, but what a good play call. Just over top of the linebackers, and again, a very safe pass.
Minute 5 to go, first and goal from the 8. 2 receivers, that's going to be Melcher and Singletary to Thuy's right. He's got Alpers, looks to the quick slant. He breaks a tackle, rolls right. He's going to keep it. That's Thuy. Looks to the end zone. He's going to be pushed out about the 3-yard line. That's where we're going to bring up second and goal with 50 seconds to go. Lynx trying to go up 3 scores here to end this first half as the Lynx trying to move to 1-2 on the season and start to go undefeated on the season after going 0-2 in the first 2 games. Thuy looking to the sideline as he looks to the coaching staff, and he looks to actually his backup quarterback, and that's going to be Briggs Knutson, the sophomore, singles in the play to him. Veskerna, sidecar, play action, goes to Nelson. Intercepted, though, errant pass by Thuy, as that's going to be number 7 for... That's going to be Carlson, number 7, read the screen pass quick and intercepted by Thuy. We don't see a lot of that from the senior quarterback, as that's going to be a second interception in 3 games. He takes care of the ball really well. Errant pass, turnover now by the Lynx. Cobbler's going to start with first and 10, 1 timeout in their pocket from the 40-yard line. 50 seconds to go, first half.
Yeah, it looks like he just jumped the route, Ken. He kind of saw what they did to them a couple of plays earlier, and he decided he was going to take that away, and it paid off for him.
As Wetch is going to break the huddle, he's going to have a spread formation, 2 receivers to his right and 2 to his left. He also has his running back, Soderlin. That's been all the offense so far for the Cobblers. Intercepted by Swift. Over the middle, brings it up all the way up to about the 30. They're going to call it the 37-yard line. Errant pass by Wetch, the leading tackler on the Lynx team in the first 2 games is Gunnar Swift, the junior, number 10. Interception, Lynx, 3 timeouts remaining, 42 seconds to go, first half.
You know, not often do I disagree with you, Ken, but I would like to think that that was more of an athletic play from a linebacker than an errant pass.
Well, I would say both. I would say both. I'll correct you.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Thuy, intercepted. No, they're going to say out of bounds. Great play by number 4 for the Cobblers. That's going to be Caden Matthew, the junior. Read that play. He was just out of bounds. Now Thuy's got to kind of get his composure back. He's putting balls up that he shouldn't be. It's kind of uncharacteristic for him as Thuy's going in the shotgun. Second and 10 from the 37. 37 seconds to go, first half. Thuy drops back. He wants Alpers. No, he's going to take it himself. He's going to get the first down and more. He's going to go over to the 20, down to the 25. He's trying to get it in the end zone. Does he find it? No, he's going to be just short at about the 2-yard line. But Thuy picks up a chunk of yards. There is a flag on the play, though. We'll see if it's coming back. The offense looks like it is coming back. We have a Cobblers player down on the field. Maybe it looks like a cramp that's happening. Block in the back. Number 75 for the Lynx. That's going to be Lucas Feldkamp. Number 75, the junior. Block in the back. So that's going to nullify that run. Cobblers players down on the field. Like I said, he looks like he has a cramp.
It looks like he's walking off okay, Ken, so definitely a cramp with the way he was holding the leg straight up to just say, please help me out here.
25 seconds to go, first half. Lynx up 15-0 as the ball is set at now. They're going to set it, let's see where they put it. They're going to put it all the way back to about the 47-yard line. Lynx still have 3 timeouts remaining. 25 seconds to go, first half. Up by 2 scores, 15-0, trying to go up by 3 scores here. We do know that Haas has a very big leg, and I would only imagine that he's good from about 40 yards, from about the 30-yard line, Bob.
I would think that that's very doable. And with tonight, I'm looking at the flag across the way, Ken, and that's about as straight down as you can possibly ask for as a kicker, unless, of course, if you had it behind you.
Right. So second and long, second and 20 from the 47. 25 seconds to go. 2 receivers to Thuey's right. He motions Nelson right underneath him. He has his running back right behind him. Play action. They're going to go up top. Overthrown as his intended receiver is going to be Melcher, number 16. Good coverage by the Cobblers there. It's going to bring up a third down and 20 with 20 seconds to go from the 47.
You know, that was definitely good coverage there by the secondary from Central. I'd like to see them, instead of going up the sidelines, to see if maybe they can't go up the seam, Ken. There's a little more adjustments that you can make as a receiver up the seam, where over there they had him trapped between him and the sideline.
Thuey rolls right on this third down. Finds Alpers on the sideline. It's going to be gain, I believe, of about, they're going to say 7 yards, maybe 8. So it's going to be a gain of 8. 16 seconds to go. 4th and 12 from the 39-yard line. Coach Christensen and his staff are going to keep the offense on the field. 3 timeouts remaining. Still, you can still complete a pass over the middle, call a timeout, and try the end zone. Thuey, shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, Alpers to his right. He's going to keep it. He's going to go up the middle just like we talked about, Bob. He may try to get out of bounds, and he's going to with exactly 7 seconds to go. First down is the most important part. Lynx maybe try to find the end zone here, and they're going to bring out the kicking game as Haas is going to come in to kick for your Lynx at about the 26-yard line. That's going to put it at about a 36-yard attempt for the Lynx. Haas is your kicker, the senior. The holder's going to be Brighton Stroh. Snap. Timeout, I believe, by the Cobblers. They had one. They want to ice the kicker. Is that what they call it, Bob? Icing the kicker?
And you know what? That might be welcome for as warm as it is out there on the field. I think he might take some ice tonight.
And so your Lynx trying to go up by 3 scores here. They want to put it 18-0, and the Lynx still have 3 timeouts remaining. If they don't see something they like, they can call a timeout. I don't know if you want to ice your own kicker at this 2 times. We'll see here.
I know in the NFL they made a rule that you can't ice the kicker on 2 consecutive plays without a play being run. I'm not sure if that's the same way in South Dakota high school, but this is going to be a 42-yard attempt from where Haas is going to be kicking it from.
42-yard attempt because they're at the 25.
And then 35 to the end zone, 7 yards back from the line of scrimmage.
That is true, Bob. Hey, great math. My math was completely off.
I had to take off my shoes for that.
Wow. Haas on the kick. The left-footed senior kicker. Hold by Stroh. Snaps down. Plenty of leg. It is good. Haas with the 3-point conversion. Hey, you like that 3-point conversion?
It is. That's
field goal is good. 18-0, and that brings us to halftime. Your Lynx 18-0 over the Cobblers.
That was a good call. They got a good play. They knew exactly how much yards they needed to get inside the Haas's range. And what an excellent kick. And he did not get any help from the wind there, Ken, because there is zero wind out here tonight.
Zero wind, Bob talked about. If you look at the American flag, you can see it is not moving. I could use a breeze right now because it's a little warm up here. Bob forgot the fans that we had last week because it was only 150 degrees in here last week, and now it's only 110. So it's a 40 degree difference, right?
But I wanted to let you know that the superintendent that was up here last week, he said what they were providing up here is a sauna, and they will not charge us for using that during the game.
Dr. Larson last week on interviewed by Councilman Colin Steen at halftime. That was a great interview. Next, what we're going to have presented to you is a fabulous presentation on the field. So don't go away. If you're grabbing a soda, some chips, I could go for some salsa right now and chips. I could go from that. That's going from work right to here to my second job, my third job, my fourth job. This is my second job, I'll call it. Lynx Marching Band is coming to the field. We want you to stay tuned and watch this presentation as the Lynx Marching Band comes to the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, the summer solstice is the longest day of the year and marks the beginning of summer. On this day, the sun's rays shine at their most powerful intensity. The tree leaves are green, the birds are in song, and the days are as warm as they are long. The 165 members of the 2023 Marching Lynx present a illuminating musical and visual collage that celebrates the solstice with radiating shapes, sounds, and textures. Music includes Ro Total by Yangtze, Summertime by George Gershwin, and Summer by Antonio Navarro, and the original music by Ward Miller. The band is under the direction of Tyler Nevestead and assisted by Devin Malillo, Brady DeBelt, and Aubrey Lipetsky. Other staff members include Mackenzie Anderson, Michael Hoffman, Macy Rippentrop, Abby Christensen, Liz Kloon, Anna Tews, Mason Inslee, Carson Yonke, and Carson McKellop. Drum majors Jackie Stemwettle, Ian Candy, Isaac Fody, Alexa Vania Wiesman. Is your band ready? Brandon Valley Marching Lynx, you may now take the field in exhibition. Ladies and gentlemen, your Brandon Valley High School Marching Lynx. And a special thank you to the 5th through 8th grader students for participating in the Marching Showcase this evening.
Boy, I was super impressed.
You know, the one thing that I really noticed, Ken, is that you saw a football player out here in his uniform, and the marching band means just as much to that as they do for the football team and also for the cheerleaders. But one game in 11 AAA tonight. We've got number 3 O'Gorman is over number 2 AA T area, 35-24 at halftime. And if anybody remembers last year, these two teams slugged it out over in T T came up with the upset on one of the last plays of the game in some questionable weather. So what a good matchup there. Now tomorrow night in AA, we have a big matchup where you've got number 1 Lincoln taking on number 2 Jefferson. You've got number 5 Sioux Falls Washington playing Sioux Falls Roosevelt at Howard Wood Field, and you've got Harrisburg, number 4, taking on Rapid City Stevens out at Harrisburg. So some big matchups tomorrow night in 11 AAA. So, but we got a little bit more football and a little bit more business to take care of tonight, Ken, right in front of us.
Absolutely. As your Lynx marching band came to the field, and what a tremendous performance. Hopefully all 400. I had Bob check the Lynx TV YouTube, and 408 of you were watching at the time. I also want to the Lynx dance team is coming to the field, so we're going to allow you to take a look at them and watch them as you do not leave your couch, your easy chair, wherever you're at, in your garage, wherever you're at. We want you to watch this also.
We invite all of you to cheer them on at the Brandon Valley Invite on September 12th, next Tuesday. That starts at 5 p.m. in the competition gym. Please welcome to the field 2023 dance team coached by Ashley Hoffman.
I'm going up there with you guys.
your 2023 Brandon Valley dance team, and what a great performance by them also. You just saw both the dance team and the Brandon Valley 2023 marching band come to the field at halftime. Tremendous performances by both of them. We want to take you back to the first half, and so what transpired in the 18-0 ball game coming into halftime, Bob, was this. As Veskernaw, the running back number 31, went from about 12 yards out, touchdown, broke a tackle, got into the end zone, 6-0. Then all of a sudden, Coach Christensen and his special teams staff direct snap to Nelson. It was designed, you could tell, 2-point conversion, good. And then as the offense came back onto the field and a big defensive stop, and you can tell by the scoreboard, 0 points from the Cobblers so far. Defense is playing tremendous. As Thuy, your senior quarterback, number 3, connects with number 16. That was Melcher. Melcher with his first catch of the year, his biggest catch of the year, touchdown. It is now, and with the extra point, 15-0. Lynx get the ball back late in the first half. There's about 7 seconds to go on the clock as Haas comes onto the field for a 37-yard attempt. Am I correct, Bob?
42.
42. See, I have 37 in my head, but 40 from 42. It had enough from 50, I believe, as the senior Haas comes on to kick, the left-footed kicker up, and it was good. And that's where we're at right now at halftime, 18-0 in this 11 AAA matchup between two teams desperate for a win to really catapult the rest of their season. Lynx are on their way so far on homecoming 2023.
Yeah, I think one of the big turning points in the first half, Ken, is when we had the deal where Thuy got stepped on by the center. He dropped back, he fumbled, and all of a sudden Rapid City was down to like the 8-yard line, and it looks like they were getting ready to go in and get a score, and boom, all of a sudden they get another turnover right back. The defense generated a turnover, and again, completely flipped the momentum, and that was a big part of the game as well. You don't see it on the scoreboard, Ken, but that was a big part of the deal. You kind of took away any thoughts they had of scoring in that first half when you got that turnover right after they got the fumble.
100%, and your Lynx, I believe, are going to come out of halftime with the ball. So the Cobblers, I believe, won the toss, took the ball in the first half, and Lynx are going to come out, I believe, with the ball first. And we saw turnovers. We saw an interception and a fumble from the Lynx. From the flip side, same thing for the Cobblers. Fumble, interception, turnover ratio, even.
2-2. And more times than not, Ken, the team who wins their turnover battle tends to win the games more often than not.
So 18-0, 11 AAA matchup on this Friday evening. Big games across the board tomorrow night. We talked about Lincoln and Jefferson, number 1 and number 2. And 11 AAA matchup tomorrow night. The biggest game tonight is right here in Brandon. Homecoming 2023. Lynx up 18-0. Let's go over to Lynx TV sponsors real quick, Bob. While we have a moment, 5 seconds to go at halftime.
All right, your Lynx All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling, Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Your Lynx MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Your Lynx champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, the Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Again, I cannot impress enough folks. Get out there and support these local sponsors, because they make this game and for those 408 folks that are watching us on YouTube, the ability to have those games so that you can still catch them even though you can't be out on the field here. One thing I'd like to note, Ken, it is now about 7:30, and we're in complete shade right now for the first time all day, and hopefully it'll cool down for the players on the field, and we can have a good second half.
Cool down for us.
Well, I'm only worried about the players, Ken.
Okay.
This is the benefit, having this nice heated room for us to do our broadcast.
Yeah, in a few weeks.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. I assume, as we go into October, I assume that it's not, it's going to be a little bit colder.
Yeah, whining does not become you, Ken. We get the opportunity to come and do this job for the folks that are listening. We get to watch some excellent high school football, and how can you get much better than that other than maybe 10 degrees cooler for you?
Your role fits you. Color all day.
It does. It is something, I can tell you that.
Well, we want to thank Bob Arnold for doing the color for this football season. He has for the last couple of football seasons, and also as we boil into the winter months, we talked about it being cooler. It's going to get cooler here in South Dakota, in Brandon, and wherever you're at in South Dakota, typically. As the boys' basketball games are going to be live broadcasted in girls' basketball games, and volleyball is right now also, and soccer. But Bob and I will be broadcasting like we've done for a couple of years. I've been doing it for, I think, 7 years. And Bob's been doing it a couple of years with me. And as our color, Bob Arnold, and myself, Ken McEwen, doing your play-by-play, we're going to be presenting you with the boys' basketball season for your Lynx, and we hope they have a great season. Right now, we're locked into football. Lynx trying to move to 1-2 on the season. I'm going to say 1-0 on the season. I don't care about the last 2 games. Let's get them out of the way. We need to go undefeated starting in this evening, and right now we have the momentum and a good start so far in the first half of this 2023 homecoming. Homecoming was always special to me. I don't know about you, Bob. I'm sure a lot of you folks at home. The Pigskin Classic was amazing last week. Homecoming right after it. Boy, this community and school system has really put on a good show, and we appreciate everybody that's involved. Back deep for your Lynx to receive the kickoff. The Lynx are going to start out the ball in the start of this second half is going to be deep, is going to be Rylan Carroll and Nolan Pudwell deep for your Lynx. On to kick is going to be Vermunston, and it's a short kick. It's going to go up to about the 35-yard line, and there's a penalty flag that's going to be taken by number 42 from the Lynx.
How about Mackay Zocker?
Mackay Zocker takes it about the 30, goes all the way up to about, they're going to say, the 31-ish, but there's a penalty on the field. Holding on the Lynx. So the Lynx are going to be driven back 10 yards from there. They're going to say actually 5 yards. So it's a holding call. The Lynx are going to start their first offensive possession of this second half from the 28, 1st and 10. Thuy, he's going to be under center. I formation Nelson, and Veskerna is going to be directly behind him. They give it to Veskerna. He's met by a host of cobblers, and it's going to be a gain of about 1. They're going to say 2. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 from the 30.
You know, that was a good right up the gut line. Now they're just going to have their big offensive line, which averages 275, 280, 300, 300, 300. see if they can just push the Central folks down to their end of the field.
6'4", 280 to 300 pounds average on that offensive line, the 5 linemen for the Lynx. Complete from Thuy. Alpers breaks a tackle all the way up to about the 45-yard line. First down, Lynx.
Yeah, that was a good tackle by Gideon Waldrop. But what a good play, a safe throw out there. He made sure he watched the ball all the way into the reception before he made any moves upfield. So they're doing some good teaching there because they learned about some of those where there were drops because they were looking upfield and worried about getting hit first.
Alpers with the second catch of the ball game. Thuy, first down and 10. Veskerna with the handoff. Breaks a tackle. Goes up about the 49-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of 5. It's going to bring up a second down and 5 from the 49.
So that was a good first down. We got 5 yards on the play. Now you can kind of open up the playbook a little bit, Ken, and maybe take a shot down the field knowing that you got a couple of plays to get that additional 5 yards here.
You always want it to be 2nd and 5. That is super manageable for your offense. Thuy, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. That's going to be Bonwell Whitty. He also has Veskerna in the backfield with him. Play action. Bonwell Whitty with the catch. His second catch of the ball game, and he's going to drive the ball all the way up across midfield to about the 44-yard line. First down, Lynx.
Yeah, that was Braden Jackson on the stop for Central, but not enough to stop him from getting a first down.
Alpers with a big catch, his second catch of the ball game. The play before that one, Bonwell Whitty with his second catch to move the chains. Thuy, Veskerna, met by number 15. That's going to be Waldrop from the Cobblers, a gain of about 2, 2nd and 10, second and 8 from the 42.
Waldrop's been pretty active tonight. We've heard his name called a few times on stops. So now we got to see what we can dial up on a 2nd and 8.
Thuy breaks the huddle, 2nd and 8 from the 42. 9:15 to go, third quarter. 18-0 Lynx. Thuy, he's got Bonwell Whitty to his left, Alpers to his right, gives it to Veskerna. Veskerna finds a hole. He's going to go up to the 40. 40 to the 38 is where he's going to be stopped. And that's going to be a gain of 4. That's going to bring up a third down and 4.
Looks like Easton Graff on the stop, but Veskerna really pushed the pile there for an additional 2-3 yards there, Ken. I like the aggressive running. I like the aggressive blocking there. So now we just need to get a first down here to keep the drive alive.
Third down and 4 from the 38-yard line. Thuy, 3 receivers to his left, and they're going to motion his other receiver. That's going to be Bonwell Whitty to his right. 2 receivers to his left, along with Nelson. Play action. They're going to go to Bonwell Whitty. Open, just out of the reach of his fingertips. Incomplete. Brings up a 4th down and 4. And it looks like Coach Christensen and the offensive staff are going to keep the offense on the field.
I like the aggressiveness. You do got a couple of score lead here, and see if we can get a first down and keep this going. Looks like they brought Melcher into the game, number 16. He's on our near side.
2 receivers to Thuy's left along with his running back. He also has a receiver, Melcher, to his right. They look for single coverage. No, they're going to go to Alpers, and it's going to be a high throw out of the reach of Alpers, and that's going to be a 4 and out for the Lynx. Cobbler's ball at the 38.
I'd really like to see them go up and kind of help out your quarterback a little bit and snatch it right out of the air. But now it's time for the defense to come up and get a stop here and get the ball back.
And the Lynx defense has played tremendous ball in the first half. As when you're pitching a shutout, that's always tremendous ball from your defense, and creating 2 turnovers also. Lynx defense comes to the field along with the Cobblers offense. As Welch is going to come into the game, the quarterback gives it to Soderlin. Soderlin's going to gain about 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 from the 40.
Looks like Parliament on the stop there after a gain of 2.
So Hudson Parliament with the tackle, 2nd down and 8 from the 40. 7:35 to go, third quarter. Lynx defense has come up real big in the first half. They created 2 turnovers along with keeping that scoreboard at 0. 3 receivers to Welch's left, 1 to his right. He also has his running back directly behind him in the pistol formation. Play action. Drops back, looking to the screen, doesn't find it, goes up top to his intended receiver. That's going to be number 2. That's going to be Jambrin. Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 8.
You know, that they're trying that kind of that screen type play to kind of slow down the pressure, but I don't think the Lynx are going to allow that to stop them from bringing the pressure and making the quarterback do things a little sooner than he might like.
3rd down and 8 for the Cobblers. Lynx defense trying to get the Cobblers offense off the field to give it back to the offense. 3 receivers to Welch's left, 1 to his right. Play action. Blitz. Completed pass. No, it's going to be incomplete as number 28 for the Lynx, the outside linebacker with great coverage, breaks it up. And that's going to be number 28. That's going to be Leary. It's going to be 4th down for the Cobblers. Punting situation as the punter comes out for the Cobblers. Back deep is going to be Pudwell, number 17. He's going to be on about the 50-yard line. They're going to drive him back as the special teams coordinator, Siliuson, the special teams coordinator, coach, at about the 34-yard line is where Pudwell's going to stand. Punt up. Drives Pudwell back. Fair catch at about the 32-yard line, and that's where the Lynx are going to start with their second possession of this second half. 6:55 to go, third quarter. Your Lynx in this 11 AAA matchup on a Friday evening. It is cooling down right now. Thank you, whoever made it cool down, Mother Nature. 18-0, Lynx over the Cobblers.
You know, you got to like the way the defense is playing. Now we just need to have the offense help them out a little bit more and see if we can get a big play here to put another score on the board.
Thuy, 2 receivers to his right. That's going to be Melcher and Alpers. He's going to give it to his running back out of the pistol. Breaks a tackle, goes all the way up to about the 41-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down and more for the Lynx running back, Veskernaw. 1st down, Lynx.
You know, we've called Braden Jackson's name a lot tonight. Unfortunately, he's making a lot of the tackles deep into the secondary, and so you kind of like that as an offensive unit.
1st down and 10 from the 41. Thuy under center. I formation. Nelson, Veskernaw right behind him. Veskernaw cuts to the outside. He has an opening. Stiff arm, stays on his feet all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Gain of about 2 yards. It's going to bring up, actually it's going to be a gain of 6 yards on that 1st down and 10. Actually, you're going to put it 5. I'm going to correct myself twice there. 2nd and 5 from the 46.
Any guesses on who might have tripped up Veskernaw there?
I have no idea.
That would be Mr. Braden Jackson.
All right.
He's all over the field.
All right. For you Cobbler fans that are at home, did not make the 6-hour trip, 5-6 hours, we hope you're tuning in. Thuy rolls right. Big block by Nelson. Veskernaw intended for his fullback. Nelson incomplete. 3rd down and 5 from the 46.
You know, that was a good defensive play there. I thought Nelson might have had that, but they did a good job of knocking it away.
It's going to bring a 3rd down and 6. Second possession for your Lynx offense as Thuy looks to the sideline, goes back to the huddle with the play call. Interesting to see as the Lynx try to probably put it in the air here. Thuy's going to be out of the pistol formation along with Veskernaw directly behind him. He's got 2 receivers to his left, and that's going to be Mueller and Alpers. He's got Melcher to his right. There's a penalty. Pre-snap.
Yep, our near judge here dropped the flag. Ooh, they're clapping their hands on the Lynx side.
Encroachment. So
Okay.
that's going to be a free first down.
It might be 3rd and 1.
Still third down. Well, I'm looking at the scoreboard, Bob. It says 3rd and 5. It should be a first down.
Oh, there
and
we go.
it is.
There we go.
So,
They're pretty good over there.
yeah, they are. They got her right on the money. I formation for Thuy. First down and 10 from the 49. He's got 2 fullbacks. That's going to be Bayless and Nelson. Vesker now with the carry. Up the middle, follows his blockers all the way down to about the 40. They're going to say the 46-yard line, and that's going to be a gain of 6. Or, 3 yards. Brings up 2nd and 7 from the 46.
Looks like we had Gideon Waldrop on the tackle there. That was a good deal. Now we've got a very manageable deals. Do we take a shot, or do we just continue to try to drive the ball down their throat, Ken?
2nd and 7, pistol formation. Look for single coverage with Alpers down here on the bottom of your screen. Play action. Rolling right is Thuy. He's going to keep it. He's going to go over the 45 all the way down to about the 40-yard line. Doesn't get the first down, but it's going to be 3rd and 1 from the 40.
So it looked like the tackle was made by number 22, Jonah Blake. But they knocked him, or they chased him out of bounds. He did a nice stutter step to gain an additional yard or two, but we'll see what they call here. Do you take a shot and then come back and go for it on 4th?
3rd down and 2. I'll correct myself there. I formation from Thuy under center. Fullback right behind him. Giving it to Vesterna. He breaks it open over the middle, follows his fullback all the way down to about the 34-yard line, crosses the 35. First down, Lynx.
We had Gabe Kenton on the tackle, but not before a first down.
Gabe Ketna on the tackle for the Cobblers. Veskerna, the most important thing is moving the chains. The clock continues to churn. Lynx establishing the run game on this drive. Pistol formation. Veskerna again. Looks for the first down. He grabs it. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to gain about 12 yards. And that's going to be a first down for the Lynx all the way down to about the 23-yard line, and we have a Cobblers player down on the turf.
Yeah, we do. Braden Jackson got that tackle, but hopefully nothing's too bad for this. It is pretty warm out there. Wouldn't surprise me if you've got some cramps or just a little bit of exhaustion here, but it's probably not a bad timeout for both teams to get a little bit of a break.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. 4:06 to go in the third quarter. Your Lynx on Homecoming 2023 are up on the Cobblers from Rapid City Central, 18-0.
So just an update in 11 AAA. O'Gorman's up on T now, 41-24, with approximately 7 minutes to go in the third period.
So that's your update on scores as one of the Cobbler players is down on the field. They want to reset the play clock, which they do at 4 seconds. 4:06 to go, third quarter. Lynx are driving, and you've seen a lot of the run game from Veskerna right now. Number 31 for your Lynx has been the catalyst on this drive. A little bit of Thuy, and we also seen Alpers and Bonwell Whitty on receptions in this first half. Lynx trying to establish that line of scrimmage. We talked about it the last 2 games, Bob. They need to really establish with that big offensive line. We talked about 6'4", 6'5" average across that 5-man offensive line. And don't forget, Nelson's right back there. I would say he's the best fullback in 11 AAA. You also have him blocking along with the tight end Bayless. Veskerna out of the pistol. They give it to him. He cuts to the left. He is met by number 7 for the Cobblers.
Colton Carlson on the tackle there.
Colton.
That was a good hard hit. He filled the hole and drove him backwards.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Under 4 minutes to go, 3:35 to go, third quarter. Thuy comes from the sideline. He goes back to the huddle with the play call. Breaks the huddle. He's got Nelson right to his right in the pistol formation. Veskernaw right behind him, along with Bonwell Whitty and Ulpers to his right, left and right. Veskernaw cuts it back from the left to the right. Doesn't really find anything. He's going to gain about 3 yards, though. And it's going to be, I believe, 2nd and 4. Or they're going to say, 3rd and 5 from about the 18-yard line.
This is kind of a big play here, Ken. We would like to get another score on the board. You get a field goal, you take it up to 3 touchdowns. You get a touchdown, and you extend it a little further.
Yeah, and I think this is 4-down territory. The Lynx went for it on 4-down territory about the 44-yard line. They're in the red zone now. I formation, play action. Thuy finds his tight end, Nelson, up the sideline, touchdown, Lynx.
And I am not seeing any laundry, Ken.
Thuy, play action. They kind of sneak the fullback out into the flat. Thuy finds his fullback, Nelson, again for the 3rd catch from Nelson. This time they find the end zone, 24-0 Lynx.
You know, they had an excellent block by the receiver down on this end to kind of seal the tightrope run to the end zone there for Nelson. Good job on the blocking.
Haas on the kick. He's already made 1 extra point and a big field goal. This extra point is up through the uprights and good. 25-0, 2:29 to go. Third quarter, your Lynx up by 3 scores.
You know, that is just kind of a statement score there, Ken, to say, you know what, we're going to line up our linemen. We're going to tell you we're going to run, and we're going to run it down the field until you can stop us. And then when you think we're going to run, we slip something out of the backfield to Mr. Nelson for a touchdown.
As Nelson slips out of the backfield, out of the I formation, Thuy was under center. He had Bonwell Whitty to his left and Ulpers to his right, his wide receivers, along with Bayless at tight end. I formation, Thuy drops back, play action, finds Nelson out of the backfield, up the sideline, touchdown. That's your play-by-play, folks, of that touchdown.
It was almost like you heard it before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And glad it wasn't me.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
that's pretty insightful.
Wow. That's good. That's good memory. Haas on the kick for your Lynx, booms it all the way to about the 1-yard line. As the Cobblers, number 17, he's going to, 15, I believe. And that's going to be Waldrop. Am I correct, or is it 17, Bob? I can't see the number from here.
I believe it was 17.
17 takes it about the 2-yard line. Bob will give us the number here in a second for the Cobblers.
I take that back. That is Waldrop.
Waldrop, number 15, and I couldn't even see the number. I just knew. I don't know how I knew, but I just knew.
I had binoculars and I couldn't see the number, and so I just tried to guess, and I guessed wrong.
I had my fancy contacts in, and they weren't they weren't binoculars, and I have no idea how I knew it. Welch, pistol formation, 2 receivers to his right and 2 receivers to his left. Spread, play action, drops back, puts it up underneath to his wide receiver. That's going to be number 10, I believe. That's going to be Jackson on the reception, and
Bortnam on the tackle.
Bortnam on the tackle, your outside line, but one of your outside linebackers in that 3-4 defense from the Lynx, as the Lynx go 3 down linemen, and they go 4 linebackers directly behind them. 2nd down, and they're going to call it, I believe, 2nd down and 8 from the 17, under 2 minutes go, third quarter. Lynx up 25-0. Welch 3 receivers to his left. It's kind of a bunch formation, as you can see it on the bottom of your screen. 1 receivers to their right. They're going to give it to the running back. That's going to be Soderlin, and he's going to be met.
I think he fumbled, Ken. We got a fumble recovery by the Lynx.
See, I'm looking down on my page, and the ball is down on the turf. I can't bring this excitement to you, so I'm going to bring it now. Fumble, Lynx recover.
There you go. You gotta like it. You gotta like it. And we saw some fireworks over here, and it wasn't on the field. Unfortunately, it was in the skies. But the Lynx are down there at about the 22-yard line. Let's see if they can grind some clock and push it into the end zone.
1st and 10 from the 22. Thuey's going to be in the pistol formation along with Veskerna. Give it to Veskerna. He's going to follow his fullback down the sideline, and he's going to gain about 8 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2 from, it looks like, about the 13, 14-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Veskerna came up a little bit limping after that play. Looks like we got timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field. It may be because of the injury to number 72, and you also said Veskerna. Or actually, we have a Cobbler on the Brandon Valley sideline down.
Okay, out of bounds? Looks like he is out of bounds, yep.
1:21 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Lynx driving off of that fumble by the Cobblers. Lynx creating their 3rd turnover of the game. Right now they're in that positive on the turnover ratio. Lynx up 25-0. 1:21 to go. Lynx 2nd down and 7 from the 19-yard line.
So it looks like number 3, Caleb Crawford, is being helped to the sidelines, although under his own power. So that's always good there. So now we got to see what the Lynx can come up with about 2nd down and 2.
2nd down and 2. I said 2nd down and 7. I agree with Bob. It's 2nd down and 2 from about the 14. The scoreboard hasn't changed. I look at the sideline, but then I look at the scoreboard. That's where we're getting our information. Thuey, Veskerna breaks it open over the middle, looking for the end zone, and he's going to be just short. He's going to move the chain zone on that 1st down. He's going to be brought down at about the 4-yard line. 1st down and goal from the 4.
What a good job by the offensive line just to keep pushing them back. And I think they've kind of got the defensive line worn out a little bit as it's getting late into the 3rd quarter. And if it got you here, take it home.
1st and goal from the 4. 45 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Veskerna. They're going to reward him, and they do. He finds the end zone. Touchdown. Lynx. Veskerna from Thuey following his lineman. Touchdown, 31-0 Lynx.
You know, that was just I'm just going to run it right up the gut, and we'll see if our lineman can get you 2 deep or 3 yards into the end zone when we need 2.
Haas on to kick for the extra point. Stroh to hold. Good. 32-0. Homecoming 23. Brandon Valley Lynx over the Cobblers 32-0.
Yeah. Right now the defense is doing its job. It's tough to win a lot of games if you don't score any points, and the defense is doing that part, and the offense is doing enough to get a lot of people involved. The run game, short pass game, not taking a lot of chances. You can't draw it up any better than that, Ken.
100%. I think this is the Fighting Illini theme song, and that's the Brandon Valley school song. Did you notice that, Bob?
I did not know the answer to that, but I like the added color.
I'm trying to give you a little bit of what you do. I'm trying your position out a little bit. Maybe we can flip here in the fourth quarter.
That would be a negative. We want the people to continue to listen to the broadcast, Ken.
As Haas is going to be on to kick off, and it is a booming kick, taking it about the 1. That's going to be Waldrop again. He breaks open. He's going to go down the sideline, up the seam, and actually that's going to be number 5, Soderlin. So he does everything. He is everything to the offense and everything to the kickoff team also.
Because their main receiver weapon that they've had so far in the first couple of games, I don't necessarily know that we've called his name more than once or twice, and it hasn't been for long yardage.
So it's going to bring up a first down and 10 from the 30-yard line. That's where the Cobblers are going to start their third possession of this third quarter, as Welch is going to send his 3 receivers to his right in the trip formation, 1 to his left. Play action. Looking for the screen pass. They love the screen pass, and they complete it. Ball's on the ground, though. As Soderlin fumbles off that screen pass. Cobblers recover, though. First down and 10 as Soderlin picks up the first down, goes over the 40-yard line to the 41. And I think that's going to do it for the third quarter as Wetch completes that screen pass to Soderlin. Fumble. Cobblers recover, first down. End of the third quarter. Your Lynx up 32-0 in this 11 AAA matchup between your Lynx and the Rapid City Central Cobblers. Lynx trying to move to 1-2 on the season, and the Cobblers looking for their first win right now, and Lynx are in total control in this ball game.
You know, the one thing that they're talking about now, I got a feeling, Ken, is that the defensive crew is getting together and saying, okay, we scored enough points tonight. We want to shut out. We want to shut out that other team from scoring and kind of get our mojo back on the defensive side of the ball.
100%, Bob. I completely agree with you as the Lynx defense is coming out to the field for this fourth quarter. That scoreboard is showing is 0. The Lynx want the shutout. I can guarantee every defensive staff, every team wants a shutout, and they want to preserve that 0 on the board, and they're certainly going to try to for the next 12 minutes that's on the scoreboard. Wetch out of the pistol. He has Soderlin right behind him, number 5. He's got 2 receivers to his right. He motions his other receiver to his right also into a trip set with 1 receiver to his left. Play action. Finds his receiver. That's going to be Wetch to the intended receiver, number 2. That's going to be Janverin, and it's going to be a first down for the Cobblers.
One thing I want to point out, Ken, it looks like that they're getting some additional players in that haven't been in earlier in the game on the defensive side of the ball. So for those that might be thinking they're just trying to run up the score, they're into their second unit here on defense to see what they can do.
Pistol formation for Wetch. He's got his running back Soderlin right behind him. Play action. Goes to his tender receiver number 4. That's going to be Matthew, incomplete. And that's going to bring up a second down and 10 from the 48. 11:33 to go in this ball game.
You know, that ball was definitely a fastball over there to the receiver there and just went right through his hands.
As the Lynx right now coming to the field as Wetch, second down and 10 from the 48. 11:33 to go. 32-0 Lynx on top of the Cobblers. Shotgun formation is in kind of a hybrid pistol. 3 receivers to Wetch's left. He goes to his right. He finds his receiver. That's going to be number 2. Again, and that's going to be Janverin. Janverin with the catch, a gain of about 7 yards. It's going to bring up a third down and 7 third down and 3 from the 43.
It looks like we had Caleb Gary on the tackle and knocked him out of bounds here.
They're going to say from the 41. Third down and 3 from the 41-yard line. Wetch, 3 receivers to his left. Claps, snap, looks to his right, rolls right, trying to find that first down. Does he have it? He is out of bounds. As he's going to move the chains, it's going to be a gain of about 4 yards. First down for the Cobblers. They are driving early in this fourth quarter. Lynx trying to preserve that scoreboard at a 0. They want the shutout.
You know, but the second unit is doing a good job. They're giving up a little bit of yardage, but hey, Ken, it looks like they got it at 4th down and 1. They didn't kind of give it to them. So let's see what they're going to call here.
3-4 defense from the Lynx, as we have a host of substitutions for the Lynx defense. Wetch, 3 receivers to his left. I think they're going to call a timeout. The Cobblers did not like their formation. First timeout of the second half is going to go to the Cobblers. They have 2 remaining. The Lynx have 3. 32-0. 11-17 to go in this 11 AAA matchup on Homecoming 2023.
I tell you what, the one thing I like about what the Lynx are doing here, we get some folks that don't necessarily get a lot of reps in live game action, but you never know when you're going to need those folks to fill in. So this type of play and this experience and what they're getting to do tonight is going to be invaluable as they move forward.
100%. Great point, Bob, is when you're able to get players into the ball game that don't typically play, that game experience is crucial, because we never know. You never know what's going to happen during the season. And so we want to make sure that everybody's getting that experience, and really good experience, because there's nothing like game experience, Bob.
You know, I just saw something pretty awesome, Ken. The secondary unit was out there and the coaches were out there, but they had some starters out there with the helmets off, giving them input to those folks that are playing.
4th and 1. Is he short? No. It's going to be a first down for the Cobblers, as that's going to be the running back number 5. That's going to be Soderlin, and he gains about 3 yards.
Caleb Gary on the tackle. That's 2, at least 2.
Caleb Gary on the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 37. Just under 11 minutes to go in this ball game. Lynx 32-0. Wetch breaks the huddle. Spread formation. 2 receivers to his left and 2 to his right. He has his running back out of the pistol formation. Drops back. Play action. Heavy pressure. Finds his receiver underneath. Incomplete, as it was intended. The intended pass was to number 7. And that's going to be
Colton Carlson.
And
Dylan Williams had excellent coverage. He was in great position to make the tackle if they make the reception there.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 37 on that incomplete pass. Wetch out of the pistol formation. He has his favorite target, and his running back, Soderlin, right behind him. Play action. Goes to number 2, his second favorite receiver. That's going to be Janverlin.
And so they're definitely, the secondary is definitely giving them some room, and the Cobblers are just taking it. They're taking good chunks of yardage there, so got to see if the secondary could tighten up coverage a little bit and maybe put some help over the back.
3rd down and 2. Wetch goes up top. Great play by the safety, though, number 35, I believe it was, from the Lynx. It was a really good pass from Wetch to number 2, Janverlin again.
Will Bunkers back there.
Will Bunkers on the coverage from the safety position, broke that up. 4th down and 2 from the 29. Wetch in the huddle. 2 receivers are going to go to his right. He has a tight end, number 10, directly behind his guard. I believe this is going to be a handoff. It is. He is met in the backfield. 4th down denied by the Lynx defense as Soderlin with the carry. You could see it from here, Bob. They were going to run the ball, and the Lynx defense knew it.
Will Bunkers on a stop, and he did not allow him to fall forward. He made the drive at the spot where they met and drove him into the backfield. So great play and a great tackle.
New quarterback into the game for your Lynx is going to be Briggs Knutson, number 8, the sophomore. He's got an I formation directly behind him, and he's under center. He's going to give it to his running back, and we'll get a number there in just a moment. I believe it's going to be Gray, Evan Gray, with the carry from Knutson. He is met in the backfield, no gain, brings up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of plays that they call. If they just keep the running plays and keep the clock going, or do they allow some of the second string offense to try to get some movement on the ball down the field.
Knutson, pistol formation. He's got Gray directly behind him. He's going to give it to Gray. Gray cuts it up and cuts up the hash, breaks a tackle. He is met, but after a big gain, it's going to be a gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards
that
from Evan Gray.
You know, that's just some good hard running, and they're getting some good blocking by the offensive line here.
Gain of 6, 3rd down and 4 from the 38-yard line. 9:15 to go in this ball game as Knutson's going to break the huddle. He's got Gray directly behind him in the pistol. He's got 1 receiver to his right, and he needed to have his other receiver to his right also in a twin set, but the Lynx offense has to call the timeout.
Well, that's okay, because here's where you get the good coaching moments. When you've got your second team in that, like I said, doesn't get a lot of the first team reps, here's where you can kind of coach them up, and in the event that you need them at some point in time for the rest of the season here.
As number 37 for the Lynx was Jax Wilson at wide receiver now. And I believe also we're going to have number 18, and that's going to be for your Lynx wide receiver. It's going to be Karsten Cisco.
Madden Timmer, I believe, might be in at fullback. Number 39.
39 is Timmer.
And then Evan Gray in the back, and the primary back, running back.
Knutson, pistol formation, 3rd down and 4. He's got Gray, Mueller, and Cisco to his right. Rolls right. Finds Mueller. Up to about midfield. Beautiful pass from Knutson, but we do have a flag on the play.
We just got it very late after the play was over.
Very late. I'm going to reiterate that. Very late. Again,
but what
very
a good,
late.
What a good play call. A safe play call, but what a good execution. Good rollout.
Downfield. Offense. Number 58. 5 yards in the previous spot. Replay. 3rd down.
Replay 3rd down there as a player, an offensive lineman, number 58, was illegally downfield.
I think he thought maybe he was going to continue to run versus make that pass. So it's tough. It's one of those deals that's tough to coach, but that's how you learn, is when you go through and you get called on it, what they'll take and what you can't do. So
3rd down and 9 from about the 33-yard line as Knutson out of the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his left. Drops back. Looking downfield. Puts it up. Cisco, right out of his hands. He had it over the middle of the field as Knutson put that ball up, and it was a great throw just out of the hands of Cisco, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, while actually punting formation for Haas.
But we've got somebody down, and with the way they're working on the legs, to me it looks like a cramping situation.
Another cramp.
But what a fantastic throw. I mean, way downfield. Put it right on his hands. But those are the tough ones to catch, because you're wide open and thinking touchdown, and all of a sudden you don't look it into the hands and make the reception.
100%. Lynx offense really coming, to play in this game. We saw the first team offense really move the ball down the field, but I love what's happening from the second team offense here, as they're right there. You don't have a player down the field, illegal player down the field from the offensive line. That's a first down from Knutson to Mueller, and that throw from Knutson right there, that could have been a touchdown.
I totally agree with you, Ken.
Haas back to punt from about the 17-yard line, we'll call it, as back deep is going to be number 4 for the Cobblers, and it's a booming kick all the way down to about the 23-yard line. Crosses the 50, a big kick. I would say, let's just say 17. Now I want you to do the math, Bob. 17 to the 23.
Well, that's a lot of math, Ken. 23 and about 46 yards.
46?
Well, 17 be 23 to here, and then the 7. Yeah. Yep.
Good job. I love putting you on the spot.
Again, I had to take my shoes off to do the counting, but you got to quit doing that.
Wetch with the Cobblers offense with 8:36 to go in this ball game. 11 AAA matchup here on Homecoming 23 here in Brandon. Wetch rolls to his right. He's looking for a receiver. Tries to go over the middle. Intercepted by number 43 for the Lynx. And that's going to be Ethan Anderson from the safety position. He found it underneath, intercepted. Lynx creating their 4th turnover of the ball game. And we have a Cobblers player down, and I think that's going to be Wetch, the quarterback.
Yeah, they'll get out there, and hopefully they'll get him taken care of. We don't want any serious injuries here. I did notice that senior Mayan was entered into the game as a defensive nose tackle right before that interception, and was putting a little pressure up the middle, forcing the quarterback to scramble a little bit.
That's a great observation, Bob. I did not notice that.
That's what I do, Ken.
That's why you have the binoculars.
Yes, it is. I don't got that good of vision, but I can look to see who's getting into the games, and we'll try to get you some of those folks that are entering into the games as it gets along here, so get them a little recognition on the broadcast tonight.
Absolutely, and Lynx defense comes up big there as number 43. That was Ethan Anderson from his safety position. Comes across the field, intercepts that underneath throw, and first down Lynx.
You know, he ran a long ways to get that, and more importantly, he watched that ball right into his hands and made sure that he secured possession before he went to the ground. So that's some good teaching, but more importantly, some good effort there for the Lynx.
And this is a good time to go over our Lynx TV sponsors, and I'll do it for you, Bob. I want to do it. I mean, is that okay?
Go for it.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm still not doing play-by-play for you, though.
Your Lynx TV sponsors are as follows. The Lynx All-American sponsors go like this: Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling and Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, Sioux Valley Energy. Lynx MVP sponsors are these businesses: First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health here in Brandon, Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. The Lynx champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, the Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, and I cannot wait for that to open, by the way, Sunshine Food Store, and Today's Family Dentistry. Thank you, sponsors, for sponsoring everything we do with the Lynx TV. Knutson gives it to Gray. Gray's going to cut up. No, it's not going to be Gray. It's actually going to be, is it going to be Gus Scott?
Number 47.
47.
No, well, hold on. Number 47, yes. Garrett Van Dusen.
Van Dusen.
Yes.
All right.
And it looks like when Ryan Welch, they helped him off the deals, it looks like his ankle was a little tender. Might have got rolled up on a little bit or something, but hopefully he's okay because they need him back here for this next week.
Pistol formation as Van Dusen is in the backfield with Knutson. They're going to give it to Van Dusen again, and he's going to gain about 1, maybe 2 yards. He does gain 2 yards. It's going to bring up a third down in about 6 from the 33.
They had Coy Urban on the tackle for the Cobblers. Here's a big play here. We'll see what they can dial up and see what they can execute with the second unit here.
You sure you don't want to do play-by-play, Bob?
I am 100% positive, Ken. In fact, I've never been more positive about anything than I am that.
Actually, pistol formation for Knutson. He has one receiver to his right and one receiver to his left. He's going to give it to his running back for the third time, and that's going to be Van Dusen.
Van Dusen, yep.
Van Dusen. I'm sorry, folks.
It looks,
sorry, parents.
It looks like they've got 4th down and 2, and it looks like they're bringing in the place kicker,
Haas.
for a field goal attempt.
Stroh to hold. Tell me the yardage here.
So 30, 40, 46.
46-yard attempt by Haas. Snap. Maybe a timeout. Timeout. Lynx. Timeout. 6:19 to go. Lynx take their second timeout of the ball game. They have one remaining. It's going to be 4th and 2 from the 29. Bob just said it was how many yards?
46.
46.
So Ken, here's how you figure that out.
Go ahead.
It's on the 29.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's where the ball is. The end zone is 10 yards, so that's 39.
Yeah.
And it's 7 yards back from the spot of the foul where they kick. So you add 7 to that. So 29, 39, and 7 is 46.
You would think how long I've coached in my life the game of football. I would know that, and I do not know that.
Well, you do now. You learned something. Bob actually taught you something about football.
All I do is go to my special teams coordinator and say, "What do you think? You think you can do it?" He gives me the nod or tells me on the headset, "Yeah" or "No," and then I decide to go for it. Or yeah. That's how it played out. Anyways, Haas on the kick from the left hash there as Stroh on your left side of your screen. Snap. Down. Up. No good. As it is pushed just to the right. And Cobblers hold there on that missed field goal. As the Lynx defense is going to come back to the field, it's going to be a new quarterback, I assume, for the Cobblers. And we'll see who we have there in the backfield. And you have those fancy binoculars out?
I do, but they're hiding the quarterback.
Well, he might be coming to the field now.
Looks like number 2?
No, here comes the quarterback now. Play clock is at 10. they're going to have to hustle, or otherwise they're going to call a timeout, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to call a timeout. Cobblers take their second timeout. I believe it is number
18, Jackson Jung.
Jackson
Jung, J-U-N-G.
J-U-N-G.
Yes. And it looks like that Jackson is a 165-pound junior, 6'1".
6:13 to go. Fans are still staying. I see a couple going home. It is homecoming 2023. Do they still have dances and stuff after football games? My kids are too young. They're 12 and 11, so there's no dancing after football games, except maybe at home when.
And my baby is 31,
Okay.
so she might be a hair old I'm sure she probably knows, but I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know.
I'm sure.
But all right, here we go.
I think there is. I don't think they give up that tradition. As Jung in the pistol formation, he drops back. They're going to trust his arm right away, and it is incomplete as great coverage by number 45, I believe. No, 85.
85. I was going to say 45 is a starter. So how about Jensen Sperling?
Jensen Sperling on the coverage. Great coverage. Broke that up. As Jung trying to find his receiver, incomplete. Second down and 10, 6:04 to go in this 11 AAA matchup.
That was good coverage. He arrived just at the same time as the ball did. You can't draw it up any better than that.
Jung. Pistol. Gives it to his running back. That's going to be Soderlin, and he's going to bounce all the way out to about the 20, they'll call it the 23-yard line, so it's going to be a gain of 3, third down and 7 from the 23.
It looks like we had number 30, Quentin Hall, was in on the group that knocked him out of bounds.
Hall on the stop. Lynx trying to keep that scoreboard at 0. Jung. Pistol formation. 3 receivers to his left. Errant snap. Regains it. Finds his receiver. Breaks a tackle. That's going to be number 2. That's going to be Janverin. And Janverin's going to move the chains. It's going to be a first down for the Cobblers. Under 6 minutes to go. Both teams have 1 timeout remaining.
I think Ethan Anderson was on the stop there.
Ethan Anderson on the stop
Number
for
43. He's a safety.
For the Lynx, as we're just under 5:30 to go in this 11 AAA matchup on a Friday evening, the 2023 homecoming for your Lynx. Errant snap as Soderlin picks up the errant snap. And he's going to be brought down by a host of Lynx defenders, as it's going to bring up a second down and 14 from the 30-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Lynx defense holding. 2nd and 14.
They're doing a good job of keeping the plays in front of them and making tackles.
So, Jung to Soderlin. Soderlin's going to bring it up all the way up to about the 40-yard line. That's where he's going to be stopped by the Lynx defense.
Looks like we've got 3rd down and 4, Ken.
3rd down and 5. 4, 5, 4. The tip of the ball makes it
4.
Makes it 4. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah.
Well, that's probably why I don't run the scoreboard or do the spotting.
3rd and 4 from the 40. Jung out of the pistol for the Cobblers. Errant snap again. He does find his receiver though. And as Jung rolls to his left, it's going to be a completion to number 10, I believe. Jackson on the reception.
Chase St. Aubin on the tackle. He wrapped him up nicely, but not before a first down. But you got to take and see what you get. You're going to have to rush the quarterback, or you're going to keep back with your receiver.
3:20 to go this ball game. 3 receivers to Jung's right. He's going to roll right. He puts it up. Incomplete as he throws it out of bounds. Intended receiver was Waldrop. And that's going to stop the clock with 3:13 to go. From the 42-yard line, it's going to bring up a second down and 10.
That was a good coverage there from Chase St. Aubin.
Keys to the game, Bob. Establish the offensive flow.
I think we did that.
Develop the defensive pressure on the QB.
I think we might have done that.
Make Rapid City Central convert long, sustained drives, avoid quick scoring.
I think we can check all 3 of those boxes tonight. Whoever came up with that must have been a genius.
That was you. So I checked the boxes on our sheets here. Bob prints out 15 sheets for both of us every game. That's why I can do my job, to be honest with you. And he makes it really, really easy for me and himself to call these ball games. So thanks, Bob.
No problem.
Jung, 3 receivers to his right, drops back, finds his intended receiver. That's going to be number 7. He's going to break open over the middle. He's going to bring it down to about the 28-yard line. They're going to mark him down. Most importantly for the Cobblers, it's going to move the chains. Clock is not in their favor as it goes under 2:50 to go in the ball game. 3 receivers to Jung's right again. Quick pass to number 7 again. He breaks it out to the outside, breaks a tackle, goes out of bounds. He's going to stop the clock at about, they're going to keep the clock running. No, now they stop it. 2:30 to go.
Makai Zocker on this particular tackle, and Cameron Whitaker got the tackle on the last one, Ken. I want to try to get some of these names in that we don't necessarily talk about each week.
So first down and 10 for the Cobblers from the 14. They can still get another first down on this possession. Clock is running. 8 seconds to go on the play clock. Jung, quick pass again. It is out of the reach of number 87, the intended receiver for the Cobblers. Brings up a second down and 10 from the 14. Clock stops at 2:03.
They're really getting some nice pressure on the quarterback, making him try to get that ball out a little sooner than he probably would like. And that's kind of what caused that errant pass there.
Errant pass from Jung to his intended receiver, number 87. Brings up a second down and 10 from the 14. 2:03 to go in this ball game. Lynx in command. And from the start of the game, in command of this game, they're up 32-0. Jung, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He gives it to his running back. That's going to be Soderlin. He is met by a couple defenders from the Lynx.
Ethan Anderson, we've called his name a few times tonight, but he made a nice tackle there. And looks like it is 3rd down and 11. Lost a 1 on the play.
3rd down and 11, 1:35 to go. Ball game. Lynx looking to go 1-0, and it looks like that's going to happen as they want to also preserve this shutout, and that's what they're trying to do here with 1:20 to go. Pistol formation from Jung. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to look to his left. No, he goes back to his right, underthrown. That's going to stop the clock with 1:12 to go. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 10.
They had a lot of
They're going to
players.
say 12. I'm sorry, 4th down and 12.
They had a lot of players back there in defense there, so they did a good job. The only place to get it would be to throw it short and have the receiver come back and get it.
4th down and 10. A minute 12 to go. Jung, 3 receivers to his right. He looks to his right. He's going to scramble to his left. He's going to try to get to the end zone with his feet. Does he get the first down? He does not. He is stopped cold right in front of that first down marker. 4th down and 11 from the 15. I think he got to about the 7, Bob.
That would be about right, and it's 1st and 10 Lynx.
1st and 10 Lynx, 1:01 to go. I would assume the Lynx are going to go into victory formation, and they got to be pleased, Bob, with this one. They took command right from the kickoff. They said this is homecoming, and this is homecoming 23 for the Lynx, and that command was from the beginning, Bob.
And we've got a new quarterback in, Grady Gendorf, a sophomore.
Gendorf
is in the game for the victory formation.
Gendorf,
Number 6.
victory formation for the Lynx. 1:01 to go. Snap to the knee.
Gonna have to take one more of those, I think, and then we'll call it a night.
As the clock jumps down to 45 seconds to go. .33 seconds to go in the ball game, as your Lynx will take one more snap.
Actually, that'll do it, Ken. They do not have to snap it.
That is true. That will do it. Your Lynx take care of their home field here as they walk into this ball game against the Cobblers. Both teams 0-2. Lynx grab their first win, 32-0 on this 2023 homecoming game, and that's a celebration because the Lynx now move to their new season 1-0, Bob.
You know, that was a good, solid execution on both sides of the ball. They played good defense. They played good offense. And they come away with a nice homecoming victory. And the defense got a shutout. Just one thing to note, Ken, in AAA, with under a minute to go in the 4th quarter, it's O'Gorman 41 and T-Area 30. Looks like O'Gorman's going to go to 3-0 on the season. And it's going to start getting interesting from here on out.
They have a really good football team, the O'Gorman Knights. Lynx lost to them by 3 points the opening game, and that really, if you look at both the first 2 games, the Lynx have lost by 8 points in total. This game, there's a 32-point difference. Lynx climb to their first win of the season. So when are we going to be back, Bob? Do you know that? Do you know the date?
I don't, but give me a second.
We're going to give Bob we're going to give him 10 seconds. We're not just going to give him a second. We're going to give him 10 seconds.
Wow, that's
Well, now we're down to 4. I'm going to extend it. Extra time on the clock. We're going to give you 25 more seconds.
all right. I'm coming. It's the. All right, and we're getting its climb. And it looks like it might be October the 6th when the Lincoln comes to town, and then again on October the 19th when they play Sioux Falls, Washington on senior night.
Next week, the Lynx will be where?
The next week, the Lynx will be at Roosevelt, so I'm assuming it's going to be at Howard Wood Field. The following week, they get to travel out to Rapid City and play Rapid City Stevens. And then on the weekend of the 29th, we go out to Pierre and play the Pierre Governors. And then the next one is October 6th when they play Sioux Falls Lincoln right here on this field.
Well, go and support your Lynx next week at Howard Wood Field. Join us back